Alright, well, we are going to try something different right now. Um, as you can see in this clip, I am serving at the moment, so was not able to do live commentary. And I was putting it on my computer so that I could upload it, and I thought I would try to do some voiceover commentary. So we get started right off the bat with a decent rally, mostly just due to not great finishes until Chandler hit that last one. Creech and I both set each other, backhand, left-handed. Weren't able to put it away. I believe MegaHertz first finish, they were off the net, so it was a easily read play. Anyway, uh, good rally for a little bit of entertainment. Not a great rally as far as quality of play. But we're going to go right now, so I believe we are 2-0. MegaHertz, which is Tate and Chandler Hertzler, over me and Creech, who will be playing as You Are Gonna Lose in San Diego, using the initials UR for Utah Roundnet, of course, my go-to, because I'm not very creative. So that's kind of what I went with. Anyway, so there we go. We got Creech, the first serve, going under the net, knocking out a few balls. Got a score of 1-2. I'm going to try to keep track of that as we go. This was a good game overall. Keeping pretty close. Right there, Chandler's set a little bit off the net. Another halfway decent rally. But Tate able to finish it. I got the defensive touch. But again, our finishes weren't great on some of those rallies. The Hertzlers definitely were able to take care of those long rallies. That one, Chandler gets a back pocket as it flew by my hand. And that one he hits front rim. A lot more difficult to read what's happening right now on the screen as opposed to being in person, being able to hear when it hits the rim. Things like that. Right there, a bad set by Tate. Kind of got lucky on. Just didn't toss it up, didn't get it up high enough for Chandler to get back to it, and a little bit off the net as well. I go for my kick out. This game pretty much just worked on, just had 3 serves I was going on. The one, kick back, that one right there, I've got a cut serve and a jam. And then my other one's just kind of a little bit of a step back. I don't actually know if I even moved my feet. Just a straight jam. That one get the pocket. Looks like MegaHertz plays it. Creech with a great body. I put that up and Creech finishes hard. Creech definitely had the better sets of that game. Or better finishes, I should say. Hits are a lot harder. I'm trying to focus on staying low, getting limber, being able to get low and hit hard. Oftentimes I don't get low enough and I just nick it off my fingertips. Something I definitely need to focus on. Along with a couple things I was able to do is read the defense a little bit more. The Hertzlers are one of the better teams at that. As far as kind of, in the upper advanced echelon of teams, they're really able to read that defense. They've got magnificent pulls on their finishes. Pull into either their right, just left of their left calf or just right of their right calf. They can, go forehand or backhand. Obviously, Tate's left-handed, Chandler's right-handed, so adds another element of trying to read, for the defense to be able to read it. Anyway, it definitely makes it, they're great. It's hard to get a body on some of their finishes. That's something that I'm definitely trying to work on. Chandler gets a cut there. Creech brings it back. He's able to get a backhand, put it away. Again, not as hard as I would like it to be. I think I need to get a little more flick of the wrist as opposed to using brunt arm force. And I'll be honest, I already lost track of the score ever since that 1-3. I know what the final score was though, so we'll touch base there. You guys might be able to hear the, I'm not able to hear the background noise at the moment, so might be able to follow along a little bit better. Here Tate lines up, gets that front rim, keeps it low. And that one missed very badly. Good defense by Creech there. Ooh, that one I still debate. They wanted to tell me that hit the rim. I still don't ever think it did. That was near perfect serve if it was good. Creech did side with MegaHertz, so I guess I have to concede there, but normally I know if I'll concede if I hear something, but it just went just that very left edge of the net, stayed super low. I get that first touch high in the air. That was one that I did read the defense a little bit and pushed that you know, out a little bit as opposed to my typical pull. We had some ball fetching that I spliced out of the video. Speed things along. Tate finishes that one. I get a hand on it, but nothing that's useful. So here, watch Tate serve. So it's a little bit of a you know, slower toss and release. Commented on one of the other games playing live. You know, it's one thing. Let me see. Actually, so once I toss that ball up, I hit it pretty quickly. I've got to get it 4 inches out of my hands, which I don't think there's any. Oh, there we go. Creech just called out the score. I didn't see it though. 6-6, maybe. But you know, I get the ball 4 inches out of my hand. I try to take a swing at it pretty quickly. See, there's Tate as well. He tosses the ball up pretty high. Or sorry, Chandler. Chandler tosses that up pretty high. He's got you know, enough power and speed behind it that still you know, a very effective serve. But I think even if he could get a little bit of a quicker release, that would be super helpful. Really kind of keep the defense on their toes a little bit better. Tate's got the advantage of a lefty serve, which, you know, ends up he's going to, you know, serving to everyone's left. Creech goes with the fuego. I think it probably hit rim and they just played it. Made for an easy finish. But yeah, I think if Tate can, you know, do a quicker release. Also, he's been working in a jam serve where he, you know, doesn't. Let's see, his normal one. Does he step forward? Yeah, so he kind of takes a step forward with his right foot there, and then on his jam he takes a step backwards with it. But the whole process is pretty time consuming, and so it's easy to read as a defender. So, you know, at least for me, I'm able to cheat to his left, and then once I see that he's winding up for that, the jam serve, I just, you know, shift right a little bit to make sure I can get a hand on it. He does have a good cut at times that'll you know, surprise you and still get you. But just a couple things for him, and I think a lot of people can work on trying to get a little bit more of an element of surprise for the defense to not be able to read what you're doing as well. I tried to call a hinder there, jokingly, but nicked into Chandler's leg as I went to dive. So we have Chandler serving to Creech. So that's a good, nice, hard and low. Creech getting a good finish to split the defenders. Keeping it hard. Creech is a good, consistent player. Has some good hard hits. Experiments with some serves at times. He did get one of those lefties. Actually, he gave it to Tate, which, you know, obviously with Tate being left-handed is not quite the person you want to do it to. But I think he ended up getting him. I don't think Tate was expecting it, so still was able to get a break on whenever that was. But yeah, Creech is good, consistent player. He's fun to play with. Positive attitude. Likes to jokingly talk trash, which definitely fits my personality as well. We're going to be playing in San Diego. Unfortunately, it looks like we're not going to be able to get our freshly designed jerseys in time, so we'll have those for Seattle. Hopefully we play together there. We'll be playing with my best friend Gavin in San Francisco. He's from Fresno. He's never played before. Just anytime I go around that area, try to get together, so I thought this was a good opportunity. I'll drop down and play intermediate with him, have some fun. That is, unless of course me and Creech qualify for Premier in San Diego. There's going to be a lot of competition for that. It's 2 spots. One of them expected to be claimed by Gucci. But I know there's a team in, I believe, Phoenix that's, well, one of them's in Phoenix, one's in California, that are expected. I think one of them used to be Premier, but it was injured last year. Obviously, there's a couple other Utah teams. Chandler hits the double fault there. I want to say the score about right now is somewhere around the 16-13, us over MegaHertz. That's another experimental, as Creech decided to go sideways, straight up and over serve. There goes the Fuego drop. When it gets someone, it definitely breaks some ankles, but it takes a lot to get consistent to that one. You've got to have a good, the other thing with serves is you've got to have a good, consistent option for the defense to have to go to. So if you're going to do a Fuego drop serve, you've got to have a good Fuego, a hard serve, so that, you know, they realize, oh, I've got to jump left and back, and then you hit the drop on them, and that's where the ankles become broken. Alright, so here we have me serving to Tate. Let's see what I go with here. Go with the kick, go to the cut, they play it off the rim, I get a body on it, and put it away backhand. That was another one I tried to read the defense, and instead of pulling it right into where I normally would have been into Chandler, pushed it just a little bit and get that break point. You know, I think this might be the one I was talking about earlier that I still dispute, thinking that was a very clean cut serve. That was definitely it right now. Alright, and go for a double fault. Next one into the rim. Was angry. Lost my head. Alright, so the score right now is 19-16. Well, 16-19. No. Must have been 18. So now we're up 19-16 with the rotation. Yep, there we go. 19-16. fetch some balls. Got that through. Ooh. Creech getting that enough. Tate was able to get under it, but had to scoop it too much. And then Chandler scooped it so much he had to just grab it. So it was one of those that the experiment did pay off. One thing that these the double fault rule has been helpful is being able to experiment with some serves, get better. My cut serve is definitely was nearly non-existent in gameplay prior to that, simply because, you know, I'd try it, but it was so inconsistent. You know, I'd miss 5 serves before, you know, I'd get a point. It just wasn't worth it. You know, practice, but practice is obviously just different from a game. But going with the double fault, you know, originally I kind of thought that I would, you know, take it easy on the second serve. You know, maybe go, you know, something that's just consistent but pretty straight on. But I've decided to, you know, just go hard both serves, which has worked out. Keeps us in rhythm. So anyway, there we go. You are gonna lose. Beats MegaHertz 21-18.